Hey there, welcome back to Turntable Guy. Today I wanted to cover a very specific problem that you will get in the Technics SL-1600. This is specific to this model and this model only. And it has to do with the auto return and auto start mechanism. What will happen is, this one's doing it on and off. So I'm not going to go into what it's doing. I'll just kind of recreate it here because it's not doing it every time, but it's getting to the point where it's going to do it every time, and it's a common problem. So what it does, I'm just going to throw a head shell on here real fast, is that when you hit the start mechanism and you press start, okay, it starts the mechanism turning here. And we're just going to pretend that this is the platter spinning. See, this time it was okay, and it drops, okay, and then at the end of the record it picks up and it goes back, okay. But on occasion, or in some tables, it gets to the point where it does it every time. When you hit the start mechanism, what happens is the arm is going to pick up normally, but then what's going to happen is it's going to shoot out all the way up here. And then as it starts kicking back, where it should be going down, the needle suddenly drops, or the arm suddenly drops, and it skates across the record and scratches all the way back. And it scares the living hell out of you, okay? And that is a very, very common problem with these. So what we're going to do here today is I'm going to show you how to rectify that one problem, okay? And I believe I repaired a SL-1400, was it? Or I can't remember the model number now. It was pretty similar to this table and how you disassemble them. So the disassembly of this, we'll just go over it real quick. You pull the platter off. There's another plate underneath here. Unscrew that, okay? And then you're going to want to, this is a sub platter, okay? So this is a suspended turntable. So you just want to, get the 4 feet off of it, okay? And they just simply unscrew. And they're actually what the subplatter's hooked up to. So the subplatter is suspended. So just take your 4 feet off. And hang on to the table while you're doing this. You might want to turn it over completely on its back. On top of the lid. That way you've got a stable platform to remove these feet, and you don't have to worry about it maybe sliding out from underneath you here. Okay, so we've got our 4 feet here, and then you're going to put it back down like this. And if you remember that other table I did, you want to just move the arm out. Helps if you have the head shell on. It's a little better. It doesn't go flinging about. Okay, and now you're going to want to lift this platform. Okay, before you do that, you want to remove a few of the cables here. So this is the power supply cable. It supplies power to the motor. These are your audio cables, and this is the more power supply cable here, right here. So you just want to take that off. And that's all you need to do. You just remove those 3, okay? And now you're going to lift up. You're going to want to turn. And this is clipped on here. And you're going to, if your table still has this clip, just remove it, okay? You can put on a wire tie afterwards. So just get rid of that. That way you can completely separate the top from the bottom. And we're not going to be using the top for this repair. Alright, so now we're left with the arm mechanism and filthy hands. And we're going to want to remove the arm. Okay, so if you remember, we've got 3 screws holding down the arm. 1, 2, put that back to start. 1, 2, and the third one is under this rubber plug. That's the third one. And you're going to want to remove, is there a ground on this one? Oh, I don't think the ground is here. Let's just check. Definitely want to loosen this so you can pull your wires out, because you have to remove the arm from the mechanism here. All right. Now your arm should come straight out, just like that. And there's your SL-1600 arm. You can also check under here, like we did in that one video, to make sure that there's no gummed up grease. This one looks very clean. And you can set that aside somewhere safe. All right, so this right here is the problem. This arm here. And what we need to do here is, what you're going to notice, if yours is doing that, you're definitely going to want to lift this out. Okay. As you can see here, there is a factory grease on here. And you're going to want to make sure that this secondary piece here is moving freely. Okay. And the culprit is that this brass bushing, the grease in there gets seized to this brass post. Okay. So what you want to do is, you're going to get your Q-tip, you're going to get your alcohol, you're going to clean this post really well. Like that. Get the other end. Soak it in alcohol, grab your plastic piece, you're going to clean the inside of this brass piece here and the bottom as well. Get that all nice and clean, get all the old grease out of there. I've just noticed that this one, the plastics are starting to crack a little bit. It's unfortunate, but there is really nothing you can do about it. Okay. Now, you can remove this spring here. Just like that. And you can lift this off. Spring came off. Actually, this little piece here is just keeping it from coming off. There's a little nub there that's preventing it from coming off. You just, there you go, bend it back carefully. All right, so now you want to clean the grease off of here. Okay, so these have to be cleaned as well. All right, so let's do that real quick. Clean off your grease. Just like that. Try to keep them in order. Clean off your grease here. Just like that. Okay. There you go. Those parts are now cleaned. Get your synthetic grease or whatever you use. Okay. Grease the post. You don't need a ton of it. You could put a little bit here as well. Not that it really matters. Okay. Also, we're going to want to grease this part of the plastic. Just like that. And there is a little crack just starting here. It's not under a lot of tension, so it shouldn't matter too much. But it's just something to, you know, nothing lasts forever, unfortunately, and you know, we're just trying to keep these things going. So you're gonna have to bend this arm as you're putting it back in. Try not to snap it. It's what kind of holds it together. So you just want to bend it back just a little bit there and get it on like that. Okay. And now this is really free moving. Okay. And lastly, you're gonna want to put your spring back on. Just hook that around like this. Oops. Just like that. And now I can go back in the mechanism. So the spring's loaded here. Good. And that goes back in. Okay. Just like that. So this part goes into this slot and sits in there. Okay, there's a little bit of movement here, and you can see as it pushes this way, that spring retracts it. And this is part of also the automatic size selector. So there's 3 sizes, 7, 12, and 7, 10, and 12. I don't know which one's which. So one of these is 7, say 7, 10, and 12. And wherever that position is, it tells the arm where to go. So what happens is when this seizes to this post, okay, when the arm kicks in, it doesn't know where to go, and it doesn't kick back because this is seized as well. So the arm skates back; it gets yanked back by this spring here. So it's a nasty situation. Okay, so and that is it. That is a really quick one. So that's how you repair the automatic start problem and auto return problem in a SL-1600. Okay, to put your arm back in, it's just a matter of lining these 3 holes up. Okay, dropping it down, screwing it down, getting all your wires back in, and putting the table back together. Okay, just like that. All right, so that is exactly where it needs to be. And that, my friends, is a really quick one, but it is an important one because that issue is very common in this table. And like I said, he mentioned that it happened, but when I tore it apart, it wasn't all that bad. So I thought for sure that would be the issue, but it wasn't that sticky. So I'm not sure what exactly happened, but I thought that'd be a great video to make because I know when I purchased my first 1600, that's exactly what happened, and it was kind of great because I got it really cheap because it didn't work. So anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.